news, one episode at a time. Every Tuesday, we are here to empower your health. And it's quite exciting sometimes how some things manifest and how some of us, if not most of us, tend to ignore, I think that's the right word, to ignore some of these things. But here we are going to talk about something very, very important and pertinent in the world of health. Edwin Austin Mukalazi is my name. I know there is a lot of things that are happening. Last week with Luke Majumba on this very panel, we were discussing red eyes. It has become something else. Someone was telling me, when you're walking around town and you see someone you know who has always not been putting on shades, and this time you see them with shades, just know they have red eyes. And it's not something to laugh about or to laugh at, because you never know. However, what is important is that we take precaution. Wash your hands. I know we did this very well during COVID-19 pandemic, but here we are again. The only way is wash your hands every now and then, but also avoid touching your eyes. I remember the president told us during the lockdown, during COVID-19 pandemic, that avoid touching your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. Now, avoid touching your eyes, because the only way you can infect yourself is by taking the is it a virus or a bacteria? I mean, for red eyes. But anyway, let us take precaution. Let us see that we live in a Uganda that is better. Today, it started with Kampala, but we have realized it has spread to even as far as Masaka, as far as Butaleja. So you realize that almost all districts now are infected, because people keep on traveling from one place to another, and they have a right to move. But today we want to talk about something to do with nutrition. So we know that the Nutrition Society of Uganda is currently having a diet challenge, and this is dubbed Fruits and Vegetables Challenge. This challenge is on for 50 days. Now, we want to look at the values and nutrients in these fruits and vegetables that they're encouraging us to eat. How do they empower our bodies so that maybe we are strong enough to even resist some of these diseases that keep on coming and going? Because at the end of the day, I believe that when your immunity is strong and well empowered, then it will be able to fight all those other diseases. Now, with us is Pamella Kihembo. She's a public health nutritionist working with Makerere University School of Public Health. It's a pleasure having you this evening.
It's a pleasure to meet you once again.
Yeah, I know it has been a while.
It has been almost a year.
Of course. On
Family TV.
Yeah.
And the last time we were here, we were talking about breastfeeding.
Exactly.
Complementary feeding. Yes, infant and young child feeding in general.
And actually, that is something that we would like to bring you back for sometime in the near future. But let us first of all talk about the fruits and vegetables. You know, when you talk about fruits and vegetables, very many nutritionists have told us your plate should be balanced. I mean, they have told us to eat fruits, but some of us are still lazy. I should say we are still lazy at embracing the fruits and vegetables. But I believe that out of this discussion, someone would have a reason to be part of this challenge. And we really don't want it to end in the 50 days. I mean, in someone's lifestyle should be a lifestyle. So someone shouldn't say, I'm now purposing to eat the fruits and vegetables for the 50 days.
50-day
challenge. Yeah. But I mean, anyway, I think if we can start, what are the aims of this challenge?
Basically, actually, we run different challenges like every 50 days. The basic importance of these challenges is to spread and educate the population about healthy eating habits. So we want the entire country. It's actually run by the Nutrition Society of Uganda and the Nutrition Rehabilitation Center. So we every 50 days we launch different topics on the different challenges. We launch different challenges on different nutrition topics because we want every Ugandan to be healthy. We want every Ugandan to be empowered with knowledge on good feeding and good nutrition. It is the mandate of the Nutrition Society to make sure that the population is well fed and the population can make healthy food choices and can live a healthy lifestyle.
When we talk about fruits and vegetables, what are those particular, what are we looking at in particular? What do you consider as a fruit and what do you consider as a vegetable?
Yeah, very well. So what we consider as a fruit is usually, we have different parts of the plant. We have roots, we have stems, we have leaves, and we have flowers. We know that the flowers give birth to fruits.
Yes.
So most of the time, the fruits are the result. What comes out of the flower is usually the fruit. But some vegetables can also be fruits. For example, tomatoes, cucumber, eggplants, they all come from flowers. But if it is best eaten when it is cooked, it's a vegetable. So most of the time, vegetables, we cook them if they are also fruits. Then
so if I eat raw cucumber, I eat it as a fruit, and then when I prepare it, then it is a vegetable.
We consider it as a vegetable, but it can also be scientific. It can be classified as a fruit,
okay.
But it's a vegetable in the nutrition world. So vegetables are usually cooked, and they include other parts of the plants like the leaves, the stems, and roots. For example, the beetroots. Those are vegetables. Mushrooms also are vegetables. Yeah. Okay. So that is basically the difference between a fruit and a vegetable. So examples of vegetables, we have the leafy vegetables.
Okay.
Leafy vegetables like the cabbages, where we eat the leaves. The cabbages, the dodo, the broccoli, the sukuma wiki. Then we have
nakati buga. I mean, those are the commonest here in Nakasero.
Then we have vegetables which we eat as stems. I don't know, we don't have many here in Uganda. Can you think of any?
Where we eat stems?
Where you eat it as a stem.
It should be sincere, I've never eaten any. Jonathan says sugar cane.
Let me see. The vegetables I think about are like in America or not in Uganda. But
we pray that at one time they come.
But in Sugundi, pumpkin stems.
I mean, I'm forgetting its local name. Esunsa.
You eat both the leaf and the stem that goes to the leaf. Then we have there are many. Then we have roots, like I had already told you. If you beetroots, onions, which other roots?
Carrots.
Carrots.
No, talking about vegetables.
Yes, carrots are vegetables.
Yeah, I thought a carrot is a fruit.
No,
I mean, we have a lot to learn here.
You eat what is you eat the bulb.
Good enough, I'm not alone. I'm with Jonan here.
So we are going back to primary.
Exactly.
Yes.
How I wish, he's my hobby. How I wish we didn't dodge that today.
Okay. Yeah. So that is the difference between fruits. And so the fruits we have, even pumpkins.
Pumpkins are vegetables. Okay.
Yeah. And
then there are things, I don't know how you call them in the language, but I mean when we are to refer to them in the local language, they are called densusuti. It looks like a pawpaw, but not a pawpaw. I mean, people used to put them in sauce. Days back when I used to visit my judge in the village.
They look like pawpaws.
Yeah, but small ones, yellowish.
Are you talking about? Emunete is what I've had people call in susuti.
Emunete?
Yes. It's a vegetable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we know these things, but the names.
But I had other people calling them other names, but I've actually had people calling them in susuti.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even young pumpkins, people call them in susuti.
Young pumpkins have also another name. I mean, that will come later.
Yeah.
His our dictionary. He'll remind us. Yeah. Okay. So those are vegetables, and
the fruits. I was saying that the fruits come from the flower.
Yes.
So think of things like mangoes. Think of things like
oranges.
But a banana is a fruit. Does it come from a flower? Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Mpumumpu is its flower. I think.
But it's a fruit if it's ripe. Yes. And it's a tuber if you're eating it as matoke. You understand the difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So oranges, mangoes, guavas, what else?
Oh, pawpaws, pineapples.
All those are fruits.
We have these fruits that are not so common, but normally when you're passing by in Nakasero, you always find them on display. Fruits like berries,
Yes.
like I think there's also what they call
Kiwi.
kiwi.
There
Those
is the
things.
pears. Yeah, those ones usually come during certain seasons, and we always encourage people to eat fruits, to eat as much as they can if these fruits are in season.
Okay,
Yes,
so now talking about fruits and vegetables, even after breaking them down for us, so I believe someone out there watching us now knows the difference between a fruit and a vegetable. You know, as the viewer out there is learning, I'm also learning the difference between fruits and vegetables. But someone would really ask, what are some of the key nutrients found in these fruits and vegetables?
Okay. So there are different nutrients that are found in different fruits and vegetables. Usually it depends on the color of the fruits and vegetables. Like, for example, in vegetables, we have different food groups. We classify them into different. We have the vitamin A rich fruits, and what we classify as other fruits. So the vitamin A rich fruits are fruits which have yellow to bright orange colors or red colors. For example, red guavas, those are vitamin A rich. Bananas, yellow bananas, vitamin A rich. Which other fruit? Mangoes, pawpaws, watermelons, all those are vitamin A rich fruits. Then the other fruits are the bland colors. Yeah, like pawpaws. A pawpaw is white. It's colorless. Is it colorless or it's white?
It depends, I think. You know, there are times you look at something and you're like, yeah, I'd never seen this color. Now, you're talking about red guavas, but I mean, there are guavas that are not red, that are pinkish, and then there are the other ones that are...
As long as it has a color, it's vitamin A rich. fruits. Yes. And those are the ones we shall talk about later, the antioxidants. They are full of antioxidants. The berries, those bright colors are full of antioxidants.
Now, are there fruits that are colorless? I'm trying to remember.
A pear, an apple, inside.
Oh,
Don't look at
inside.
the
Me, I was looking for colors outside.
No, because you don't eat the chikuta, you eat the flesh.
What about avocado?
The avocado, it's high in vitamin A. It is yellow, greenish yellow inside. Yes, yeah.
Okay. So those apples, pears.
Yes, those are the other colored fruits. So they also have different nutrients, like vitamin C. Oranges, we know oranges, tangerines, and tangerines, and lemons. Those are high vitamin C fruits. You understand? Yes. And also pineapples, they have citric acid. Yeah, but they so also fruits have what the fruits, they have both vitamins and minerals. So they have other minerals. So you find fruits have calcium. I mean, they have vitamin C. They have B vitamins. Do you know the B vitamins? The vitamin B1 up to B9. Yeah. So, and then when you go to vegetables, we also have the vitamin A rich vegetables, the brightly colored vegetables. For example, I talked about pumpkins, carrots, this red bulb, it's called what? Beetroot. Yeah, so those have high levels of vitamin A. Then we have the green leafy vegetables. The green leafy vegetables, you can name like sukuma wiki, nakati, cabbage, dodo. No, cabbage is not a green leafy. The dark green leafy vegetables.
Dark. So
the pumpkin leaves.
Then this other broccoli. Where does broccoli fall?
Because what is broccoli? Broccoli is it deep dark green?
It shares a color with sukuma wiki, I think, or sometimes it is even darker than sukuma wiki.
Then it falls in the dark green leaf, and those are rich in vitamin A. Some of them have calcium, and also, the very dark green have vitamin A, have iron, and they have the B vitamins that we talked about. They have vitamin C, and they have calcium. For example, this sukuma wiki has more absorbable calcium than milk.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
More absorbable, but it doesn't contain a lot of calcium. But the calcium that is there
is more absorbed.
More absorbed than the one that you take from milk. So then we have the bland colored, like the white cabbage. Yeah.
These days we even see red cabbage.
Yes, that one is very good. Now that one has a lot of vitamin A.
But it is rare and scarce.
And it's expensive.
Exactly. Yes. Just go Nakasero down here. I mean.
So when you're buying like those cabbages, look for the different colors. When you're buying fruits, look for different colors. Today, if you ate a mango, in the morning, in the afternoon, eat something that has a different color. In the evening, eat something else that has a different color.
Okay. Yeah. There are two things I would like to ask about. We have something called tamarind. And then we have the other one called tamarind. Tamarind, I think.
There is tamarind and
the other one. which is, I think, a vegetable. Actually, I want you to help us understand which of the two is a fruit and which of the two is a vegetable.
Which one?
No, there is what we call a chinzali. Is it tamarind? Tamarind. Tamarind. A chinzali. And then the tamarind, which grows on trees. I last saw it somewhere in Mbale. And they told me they're so common in Mbale and Nakasongola. And these days we see a lot of beverages out of that. But I mean, what is it? Is it, especially the tamarind, is it a fruit? What is it?
I think tamarind is a fruit.
It grows on trees. Okay.
It's a fruit because it has a seed inside and into the flesh.
Yes.
Yes. Fruits always have seeds inside of them.
And how can it be categorized? Under the dark colors?
Now that is yes, but it's dark and it's rich in antioxidants. That's why it is becoming very popular. Actually, I think there was a time when I was reading about the health benefits. It has quite a lot of health benefits.
Okay. Then this other one is it's
a spice,
not a vegetable.
Maybe if you eat it when it is raw, when you chop. Like the way you get garlic and you chop the tamarind, the turmeric. Now there you have eaten it but it's still a spice. It's not a vegetable. That's why them as spices. Those are bulbs.
Okay.
Yeah, the only bulb that is a vegetable is onions. Onions are vegetables.
Okay.
But turmeric, it's a spice, but it also has health benefits. It has antioxidants. That's why you see people use it in cosmetics. They use it in treatment of inflammatory diseases. It's good. It's very good also.
Well, you've been talking about the antioxidants, and someone would really want to know how these fruits and vegetables prevent these antioxidants. But let's take a short commercial break. When we return, we are going to hear about that. I believe it is very important that we know how these fruits really prevent these antioxidants. Stick with us.
When you are sealed in the Lord, the devil looks at you and you are glittering. The devil locates a crown. For any person that the devil locates with a crown, the devil will never eat them because they belong to the Most High.
Friends, don't you give up in any form of hardship. Don't you give up, for Jesus encourages us and says, even at the point of losing your life, for the sake of Christ and the gospel, it is okay.
My dear brothers and sisters, let us remember that God is still reigning on his throne in heaven above. And let us trust in him. Let us rely on him. Let us pray each and every time. Let us not give up on showing ourselves out into the world that the Lord Jesus Christ is still King and he still reigns.
You and I are here to reign on the earth, not to complain, not to grumble, not to play victim, not to quarrel, but to reign on the earth.
I pray, Father, that you will release the fourth man to destroy every fire, to protect your people who are in every furnace and set them free in the name of Jesus.
Ramesses, you grew up together, close as brothers.
Remember the prophecy. Samson, chosen by the living God.
You dare to defy me? Let the furnace be heated sevenfold. Bind them and cast them into the fire.
know that you can now enjoy great enriching shows anywhere through the Family TV app? Here is how to download it. Open Play Store on your phone. Search for the Family TV app. Click Install. After installing it, open it and enjoy enriching content anywhere, everywhere, anytime. Family TV, enriching lives.
Family Hour, empowering families one episode at a time. Together, we build strong, healthy, and thriving families with our daily dose of inspiration and expert insights on topics that matter, like education and career growth.
A child may be a good entrepreneur, but you're forcing the child to make sure that she passes sciences in order for her to be a what? A nurse.
Family health.
No one should one day tell you that, hey, since you have diabetes, you should not take Caro. That's a lie. There's what you call portion control.
Finance and wealth.
Keep track of your spending. And part of the spending, of course, as we said, be able to separate wants from needs. That's secondary.
Leadership and governance.
There are people who take on the political aspect and try to water down important, significant decisions we leaders take for the good of this country.
Not forgetting parenting.
Now you're raising kids or children who are in a totally different time. You get it. Those days your mother would just give you an eye and you know this is a problem.
Hey, there are visitors.
And it's just there are visitors
and
around.
Mom gives you this eye, you know?
Yes.
Catch more of this every Monday to Friday at 9 p.m.
Welcome back from the commercial break. Days back when we were still in school, there used to be a proverb that too much of anything is always bad. I wonder whether I choose to take too much fruits, whether it is also harmful to my health. And we also have people who come and say, me, I'm a vegetarian. I mean, before we even talk about the oxidative stress or how the fruits and vegetables prevent the antioxidants, someone would really want to know, one, if I eat excess of fruits, or is there anything like excess of fruits? For example, days back when we used to go to the village, you find a season of mangoes, you sit under the tree and first crush like 30 and then you go back home. I mean, is that poisonous? What happens if I take plenty?
What would happen to you? You know what would happen to you. You don't know what to say.
I was, because I thought it was only happening to me, that is why I didn't want to say it. I don't want to share the experience that happened to me when I took plenty of guavas. I don't want to talk about that.
So too much of anything is always bad. Now, first of all, that is wastage of food because your body doesn't need all that, all those nutrients at one sitting. We said that these fruits and vegetables have B vitamins, and these B vitamins are water soluble. They are not stored in the body, unlike the vitamin A's and K and the E. So we have the fat soluble vitamins and the water soluble vitamins. So the fat soluble vitamins are like vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. Okay, and those are found in fruits and vegetables. But once you eat excess of these fat-soluble vitamins, they can be stored in your body, and the body can always use them when you do not have enough of them from the diet. But we have seen that there are few fruits which have, for example, the vitamin A. So the other water-soluble vitamins, the vitamin C, all those, once you take them in, the body uses only what it needs at that time, and the rest you excrete them in feces and urine. So you have wasted food. You understand?
Too bad. You eat a lot today and tomorrow you have nothing.
But also the vitamin, the other fat-soluble vitamins, if you take too much, they also cause what we call toxicity. Yeah, for example, if you're pregnant and you take a lot of vitamin A rich foods, you end up having birth defects. You give birth to a child with congenital diseases. That's why we don't supplement vitamin A to women who are pregnant. They don't need it. Yes, so that is wasting food. So we have what we call servings. I think next session, next week, we are going to talk about servings.
Servings.
Yes, servings, and we are going to do it practically. And
Jonah, please don't come closer to this table next week. Stay where you are. We stay where we are.
So we recommend some diets. So we have different types of diets.
Okay.
You have heard of the Mediterranean diet. So some diets recommend 2 to 4 servings. Others 3 to 5 servings. So we shall engage. We shall go deep into servings. The next session we are here. So what is a serving? How do I measure it? Yeah.
Hey. Okay. I feel I can't wait. I feel next week should happen tomorrow. But anyway, I mean, talking about antioxidants. Just to start with, what are oxidative stress, or what is oxidative stress?
So oxidative stress is basically our body's response to different physiological functions. So once when you're here, your body is generating energy for you to digest food, to breathe, for your heart to pump, for blood to circulate around the body, and that takes energy. Even walking around, so that process, the normal processes of the body, causes what we call the generation of free radicals, and all others call them reactive oxygen species, and these are not good for you. So they destroy cells, they destroy DNA. You know what DNA is?
Yes.
Yeah, and once DNA, your DNA determines your genetical makeup. So if your DNA is altered, you end up with diseases like cancers, hypertension, diabetes, these chronic diseases. But also these reactive oxygen species can also come from our lifestyle. Drinking too much alcohol, smoking. You know, a person, if we say that one person needs like one orange, one orange, if one orange provides the required vitamin C per day, a person who smokes one cigarette will require 7 oranges to counteract the free radicals that are produced by smoke. You understand? So this smoking causes generation of a lot of free radicals. These fats, the trans fats are these fats which are hydrogenated at very high pressure. For example, the margarines. The margarines, and then we make it worse by even when we are cooking, we make the fats melts at high temperatures and you see smoke coming. That is reactive oxygen species that you're taking into your body. Fried foods. Recently I was reading about an article where they were interviewing, where actually it's a research that was done by Food Science and Technology, and they found out that most of the people in Kampala, especially those who sell junk food, like chips, chicken, deep fried fish, so they overuse and recycle the oil.
And scaringly, there was also an article I read, I think 2 weeks ago, where they say transformer oil was found in
chips.
Said,
yes.
No more eating chips.
Yeah, so such oil, if you ingest such oil, it's going to cause your body to have excessive free radicals, and we have seen what the free radicals do. So they cause what we call the oxidative stress. Then we have these antioxidants. The antioxidants are, for example, vitamin, the carotenes, which are converted to vitamin A. The carotenes are these pigments which give color to the fruits and the vegetables. So they work as antioxidants.
Does it mean that every fruit that has color is rich in carotene?
Yes.
Now,
carotene is what you first wait. Is what gives the pigmentation. No? So, vitamin A works as an antioxidant. Vitamin E and vitamin C. Though we have natural antioxidants in our body, like our body produces glutathione, which is a very powerful antioxidant. That's how also the body defends itself. But you also have to supplement it with the fruits and vegetables. So like I told you, if one orange provides enough vitamin C for the body, someone who smokes needs 7. You understand? Yeah, so this vitamin C, it works by reducing. So these oxygen species, if you look at the chemistry, I don't want to go into the chemistry, but it basically adds what we call the hydrogen atoms, and it balances the chemical reaction. Yeah, so it reduces the reactive oxygen species by neutralizing them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
that's why when you have cancer, they tell you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, because some of these fruits and vegetables have been shown to reduce the progression of cancer. Yeah. And
like chitaferi. No, I mean, people have recommended chitaferi. You eat chitaferi, you eat chitaferi. But it is expensive.
It is expensive. Yeah, expensive things are usually
but why are fruits expensive? I mean, because of their nutrient value, they should be at least affordable.
Because you don't want to grow them mukalazi. You want to always buy them. When you get land, what do you grow?
Pine and eucalyptus.
Exactly. So the people who grow fruits and vegetables are few.
Let's talk about cooking. This is where another mess is. You have told us the nutrient values in vegetables, but I mean, how does the cooking or the preparation method now affect the nutritional content in these fruits and vegetables, specifically vegetables, because fruits, I think fruits are supposed to be eaten in their raw form.
Yeah, but for example, fruits which have vitamin C, vitamin C is highly oxidized. Once, for example, if you cut like an apple, within a few minutes it will be brown.
Yes.
Yeah, that's vitamin C being evaporating from your apple. So There are different
Does that
ways.
mean that I've lost the
Yes.
vitamin in it?
Yes, the vitamin C.
So I should immediately eat the moment I cut so that I don't lose.
So we have different ways in which you preserve nutrients. So for example, if I start with vitamin C rich fruits and vegetables. Remember we said vegetables also have vitamin C.
Yes.
So what happens is that we say if you're cutting these fruits, use a very sharp knife. Don't use a blunt knife, and it creates a big surface area. Once you increase the surface area for oxidation, then you lose. If you're cutting vegetables, cut them very thinly, and cut them only if you're going to cook them then and then. Don't cut fruits and vegetables and just leave them there uncovered. The nutrients are some nutrients are sensitive to light. Yes. So once you expose them to light, they are just lost. Nutrients are sensitive to oxygen. Once you expose them after cutting them, the nutrients are lost.
You go to a hotel and they've designed the platter, the fruit platter very well, but I mean it stays there for the next 3 hours.
Now we have preservatives which they usually put
in those fruits
and vegetables. So when you ask them, they'll tell you they've put like vinegar, so it prevents the oxidation because it's an acid. Also, if you don't have vinegar at home, you can squeeze a little bit of lemon juice and you pour on top of it, on top of the fruits and vegetables to preserve the vitamins and the minerals. And so you're supposed to cut the fruits ideally and eat them there and then. And don't over chop. Don't finely chop, and don't leave them there uncovered. Also, now if you cook your vegetables, don't cook your vegetables and then like you cook dodo or sukuma wiki, and then there is some soup, and you know what that soup looks like? It's dark green.
Yes.
And then you pour it and you eat the vegetables. You only eat
That's
the
what we
vegetables.
do.
No, now we remember we said that the B vitamins are mokaras. The B vitamins are soluble in water.
Yes.
So now if the B vitamins are soluble in water and the water you have powered the water, now where are the B vitamins?
Because society made us think that the soup is not supposed to be taken.
Those are the myths. Yes, but you have actually eaten only refuges. You have not eaten the nutrients. The nutrients, you have powered them away. Yes.
To the soil, Mazima. I feel bad,
you have powered the nutrients and you're eating only the fiber, or what we call the refuges.
The refuges.
So don't power away and serve immediately after cooking. Then also some nutrients are sensitive to heat. So we always encourage, do not overcook the vegetables, because once you overcook, like the vitamin C, you've just destroyed it. Just steam it until the vegetable is safe enough to eat.
Now I look at, when you talk about steaming, it also reminds me, I had a lot of experiences with my judge, may have so rest in peace. But I remember she used to get the vegetables, put them on in a banana leaf, and then as she's preparing food, she puts them on top of the food, and then it covers everything with the other banana leaves. Now they'll be only removed when the food is ready. Isn't that overcooking?
put them when the food is almost ready. Once they become ready, you remove them. You, the Baganda, you like overcooking everything. including them.
Kubobeza, I mean, so that
How can you kubobeza the vegetable?
to keep them warm.
Yes. So you don't overcook the vegetables.
Okay.
Then, like the vegetables which we said, the fat-soluble vitamins. You remember them? It would be good to add some bit of oil to them because they are soluble in fat. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and also some of the vitamins, and there are other chemicals which we find in fruits and vegetables, which are not vitamins and minerals. They are what we call phytochemicals. Things like lycopene, xanthophyll, those things which I don't want to talk about.
I don't know what happened to our medical dictionary. He's so silent. What happened to the vibe?
Yeah, so some of those nutrients, like in tomatoes, you can only get them if you heat them. So eating a raw tomato would not be the best idea. It would be better if you heated it, but in a little bit of oil. Yeah, so it depends. Basically, it depends on the nutrients that you're dealing with, and it's good these days we have Google. If you're cooking a particular vegetable, you can just Google how to preserve the nutrients in that particular vegetable. And vegetables which are rich in iron, foods which are rich in iron, for them you wouldn't want to take them with tea. Don't want to take black tea once you eat foods which are rich in iron, because the tea, there are also those phytochemicals which we call tannins in tea or coffee, which are going to bind with your nutrients. Even calcium, they bind with calcium and iron, and then it's not absorbable. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, when we talk about the digestive health, that is also another thing. But I mean, how important are the fibers in these fruits and vegetables for for digestive health and the digestive system? I was telling you, I don't want to share my experience when I ate guavas in plenty.
Maybe even the guavas were not well washed. They were not.
No, they were well washed, but let's talk about the fiber.
Yeah. So, like we said, if you take a lot of vitamin C, fruits, for example, there is what we call osmotic diarrhea. It can cause the osmotic diarrhea. So osmotic basically means that nutrient, for example, salt, it attracts the mineral in salt attracts water to itself. So the same happens with vitamin C. So once in the intestines, it will attract water to itself, and you have that accumulation of water can make you have diarrhea. So that is one of the side effects. But also too much roughages. How? So these roughages basically they are supposed to prevent constipation. Roughages have very many uses. One of it is to help the passing of stool, because for it makes the stool bulky and it absorbs some water, so it's easily the stool easily passes through. Maybe when you eat a lot of these, then it has absorbed a lot of water and the stool has become so loose, so you end up with diarrhea. Yes, so its importance is to help smoothen the transit of food through the intestinal tract. That's one. Two, if you This refugees, once it reaches in the large intestines, other people call it the colon, it is fermented. Once it's fermented, it produces the good bacteria. Some people call them probiotics. These good bacteria, you can also find them in whole grains. If you eat whole grains, they are also fermented because whole grains also have soluble fiber. Also in bananas, they have probiotics, and also in yogurt, fermented products. Yeah, they have probiotics. So these probiotics are the good bacteria which help to keep the digestive system healthy, prevent diarrhea. Yeah, so the roughage also does that because it is the fiber also does that. It is fermented, and it prevents the diarrhea diseases, and it keeps your gut healthy. It prevents you from like getting those funny cancers, stuff like that. Then also the roughage we also it delays what we call the transit time, the time that the food moves from the stomach to the intestines. And this helps in glucose control. And it is we use this trick especially on diabetic patients because once we in diabetes, we are basically trying to manage blood sugar. So we have foods which are high in sugar. For example, overly processed foods. Sugar is not the sweetness of the food, but it's the carbohydrate, the glucose content, the carbohydrate.
Well, I see our time is running out, but I beg we start from here next time, because I also realized it was important that we talk about the various misconceptions about the nutritional values of certain fruits. But that will be a talk of next time as we talk about serving. In less than a minute, what are your parting shots?
So the parting shots basically is that fruits are important. Fruits and vegetables should be an important part of your diet daily. And we say that you should consume at least 3 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables. And they have various importances in the body. That's why we usually call them the protective foods. They protect us against different diseases. Yeah, so basically that is what I would like our viewers to take home with.
Thank you so much, Pamella, and thank you so much, our viewer. And I know it's important that we really understand some of these things, so that next time when people advise you, or when the nutritionists advise you to take fruits, you don't think they are just enforcing their things on you, but it is for your own healthy living. Edwin Austin Mukalazi is my name. I've worked with Norman Conte and Jonah Jal, the producer. But talking about food tomorrow in Issues at Hand, we shall have a continued discussion on food. For now, it's a good night from the entire team. Next is Soul Moment.